Ganga Action Plan. Myself, Dr. Suchita Jain, Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Janki Devi Bajaj, Government Girls College, Kota. MSc Semester 3rd, Paper 14th B, Unit 3rd. This topic, Ganga Action Plan, we are going to discuss today. Now about introductory part of the Ganga Action Plan. We all know about Ganga River. It is the largest river in India and second greatest river in the world, with the extraordinary religious importance for Hindus. It is worshipped as the goddess Ganga in Hindustan. Ganga is a transboundary river of Asia which flows through the nations of India and Bangladesh. Along its banks are some of the world's oldest inhabited places like Varanasi and Patna. Ganga provides water to about 40% population of India in about 11 states. In modern times, it is known for being very polluted as the Ganga receives 60% of its discharge from its tributaries and carries the highest silt load of any river in the world. The deposition of this material in the delta region results in the largest river delta in the world, that is from 400 km from north to south and 320 km from east to west. Here is the map of river Ganga. You can see here the map of India and the position of Ganga river system. Here very clearly you can see Varanasi, Patna, Kanpur and the flow of Ganga from this way towards Haridwar and Devprayag. Now about exploitation. In the recent past, due to rapid progress in communications and commerce, there has been a swift increase in the urban areas along the river Ganga. As a result, the river is no longer only source of water, but it is also a channel receiving and transporting urban waste away from the towns. ये हम सभी जानते हैं कि पॉल्यूशन किस कदर होता है और कितनी ज़्यादा गंगा रिवर मैली हो चुकी है. All the towns along its length contribute to the pollution load. It has been assessed that more than 80% of the total pollution load in terms of organic pollution, which is also expressed as biochemical oxygen demand, it arises from the domestic sources. Rampant deforestation in the last few decades, resulting in topsoil erosion in the catchment area, has increased silt deposits, which in turn raise the river bed and lead to devastating floods in the rainy season and stagnant flow of the dry season. Now, what are the sources of pollution? You can clearly see in this picture. It is domestic waste, industrial waste, solid garbage thrown directly into the river, non-point sources of pollution from agricultural runoff, containing residues of harmful pesticides and fertilizers, animal carcasses and half burned and unburned human corpses thrown into the river. Defecation on the banks by the low income people and mass bathing and ritualistic practices. Each and everything is clearly explained in these pictures. Researches they are going on the sources and the nature of pollution. The more rational plan for the use of the resources of the Ganga for agriculture, animal husbandry, fisheries, forest, etc. The demographic, cultural and human settlements on the banks of the river, the possible revival of the inland water transport facilities of Ganga together with the tributaries and distributaries. What are the results? 75% of the pollution load was from untreated municipal sewage. It was observed that 75% of the pollution load was from untreated municipal sewage. 88% of the municipal sewage was from the 25 class 1 towns on the main river. Only a few of these cities had sewage treatment facilities, that is, they were very inadequate and were often not functional also. All the industries accounted for only 25% of the total pollution. In some areas, such as Calcutta, Kanpur, and the industrial waste was very toxic and hard to treat. Ganga Action Plan. Hope is in your hands. Challenges, you will have to accept the challenges. Ganga Action Plan, it was established in June 1985 from the Ganga Project Directorate, and it was launched by former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi in April 1986. It was the plan which was decided and declared. It was formally launched on June 14, 1986. The Central Pollution Control Board, which is India's national body for monitoring environmental pollution, it undertook a comprehensive scientific survey in 1981 and 82 in order to classify river waters according to their designated best uses. And this report was the first systematic document that formed the basis of the Ganga Action Plan. The inventory of pollution was used by the Department of Environment for formulating a policy document. It also included the tributaries of the Ganges, namely Yamuna, Gomati, Damodar, and Mahananda. What are the objectives of GAP, that is Ganga Action Plan? First objective, to intercept and divert the waste from urban settlements away from the river. Treatment and economical use of waste. To direct the sewage to STPs. Improve the environmental conditions along the river by reducing the polluting influences at the source. Afforestation on the banks of Ganga. Providing sanitation facilities to the people residing near Ganga. Now, what are the strategies of GAP? Objectives as well as strategies, both are important. The GAP or Ganga Action Plan had a multi-pronged strategy to improve the river quality. It was fully financed by the central government, with the assets created by the central government to be used and maintained by state governments. A total of 261 sub-projects were sought for implementation in 25 class 1 riverfront towns. More than 95% of the projects, they have been completed, and remaining sub-projects are in various stages of completion. Ganga Action Plan Phase 1 and Phase 2. Here are the figures. In Phase 1, rupees 350 crore was sanctioned, 35% of the sewage generated was tackled. Biochemical oxygen demand came down from 12 mg per person to 4 mg per person. Only 35 STPs built. And in Phase 2, here you can see the figure. In the crores, 1498.66 crore was sanctioned, 60% of the sewage generated was tackled, and biochemical oxygen demand remained static. 63 STPs built. Now the conclusion and lesson learned. The GAP is a successful example of timely action due to environmental awareness, at the government level. It is a model which is constantly being upgraded and improved in the other river pollution prevention projects. The most important lesson learned was the need for control of pathogenic contamination in treated effluent. ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है क्योंकि ट्रीटेड इफ्लुएंट में सारे एक्वेटिक फ्लोरा एंड फौना को बहुत बड़ा खतरा हो जाता है. This could not be tackled before because of a lack of safe and suitable technology, but is now being attempted through research and by developing a suitable indigenous technology which should not impart traces of any harmful residues in the treated effluent detrimental to the aquatic life. This is an aspect difficult to control in surface waters in tropical areas, but it is very important for the Ganga because the river water is used directly by millions of devotees, individuals, by drinking, for drinking and bathing. Make sure devotion doesn't turn into pollution. Thank you. This was the presentation on Ganga Action Plan. You can subscribe YouTube channel CC Raj JDB GGC Kota. And if you have any queries, you are free to ask. Thank you.